Hi, I'm Berna Jo, a Spanish Fork Senior Citizen Center. We put together this little program to keep you connected to the Senior Center. We want you to know what's going on at the Senior Center with a lot of information about different crafts, ideas of things that you could do at home to keep yourself motivated and busy. We want you to come back so we can always surround you with people who care.
Attention, hut. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, my name is Chantel Atkin. I am the social worker with Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice, and I just wanted to share with you today something that's been on my mind. Through the pandemic, we have seen more cases of caregiver burnout. Many people who are used to be able to reach out to different organizations had many of those organizations taken away from them, and many people had support groups turned to online and maybe didn't know how to access them. And so we're seeing more and more caregivers hospitalized because they're not caring for themselves, they're not knowing where to reach out. And so it's something that's become very important to me. And so if you know of somebody who seems to have caregiver burnout, or if you feel like you're experiencing that, I wanted to kind of talk about some signs and symptoms of caregiver burnout, or even just caregiver fatigue. Sometimes we just have moments where, we're burnt out and we need to step back for just a minute, and sometimes it's just the situations become too much. And so some of those things to watch for is being fatigued. If you just wake up and you feel tired all the time, or if even emotionally fatigued, you just can't handle one more thing, is just going to send you over the edge. If you're experiencing, loss of appetite that's not normal for you, or wanting to eat more, or if you're gaining weight or losing weight, if you notice that you're getting sick more often, you're getting even just like colds and different things more often than you used to. If you're just easily irritated, that is a common thing that a lot of people get. And noticing those signs, noticing those different things, gives you the opportunity then to take that knowledge to do something about it. And so some of the things you can do is find somebody to talk to. Talking to someone can be your very best way to get validation. In my own life, I had a sweet little daughter who was a hard kid, and I remember telling my mom, I have this really hard kid, Mom. I just feel overwhelmed all the time, and she, would tell me all the time, no, kids are kids. And then her hearing that from me and then taking my kids for a weekend, she called me 2 days into that weekend and said, your kid is really hard. And being able to hear that and validate that for me gave me the courage then to stand up and get help and reach out and recognize I had a problem, I needed help. And it helped me as a parent, and it helped her too. And so being able to recognize that that can be an issue, and being validated by somebody that loves you and cares for you. And sometimes we need professional help. There are, counselors, crisis lines, reaching out in that way, and some of them can be accessed online or in person if you can't leave the home. There are local places who are now beginning to offer support groups in person again, and you can bring your loved one with you to get that care while you get to get support from other people experiencing similar things. Take a minute to yourself. Just like when you have a baby, everybody tells you it's okay to put your baby down somewhere safe and walk away if they're crying and won't stop. Same with anyone you're caring for. It's okay to make sure they're safe and walk away and be able to take a minute to listen to music, to read, to take a bath, to just go walk out front if you can't leave the home. Take that minute for yourself. You are important. Those little things can make a world of difference, and it's okay that you're not there every minute. Know your limits. There's going to be times where you are not a medical professional. You are not meant to do everything, and so know your limits and reach out to the right places. In Utah, we're lucky. We here in Utah County have the Mountain Lands Center for Aging and Family Services. They are a great resource. They can help, find respite care for you. So maybe you need a couple hours or a couple days. So reaching out to those kind of organizations, even to have Meals on Wheels come in or something that can just take that little bit off of your plate. Find opportunities to not just be the caregiver, to step away from the caregiver role and be the wife, the mother, the child, and enjoy those moments instead of being the caregiver. Educating yourself also on what this illness is that your loved one is dealing with, then you know what you're facing, if it's normal or not, and it helps you deal with it a little bit better. And don't feel guilty taking time for yourself, because if you're not caring for yourself and not going to doctor's appointments, things like that, then you are no good to the person you're caring for when you end up in the hospital. And then that makes a whole new issue for you. And then for those who feel like they have someone who in their life who is caregiver burnout, you be the one to reach out to them, to let them know what you're willing to offer, to say, hey, I'm going to bring a meal in today. Don't even give them a choice. Just what you're going to offer and offer it. And listening is key. People usually come to you because they want to tell you about what's going on with their lives. They're not looking for someone to solve their problems for you. Being a caregiver, there's not really a good solution. It's just wanting to be validated and understood and heard. So, and give those times. And just even if you have a few minutes, go sit with the person they're caring for and give them time to go grocery shopping or just take a nap even. Reaching out and offering those things can make a world of difference, because it's really hard to reach out to people and ask for that help. But if you have people coming to you, they're more willing to take it. So please take care of yourselves and reach out and get help if you need it.
Come to our country Jubilee. We're going to have a fun little dance and some hors d'oeuvres and good stuff on Friday, June 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. You just need to sign up and let us know how many are coming. But it's going to be really great. We're going to have the Sawmill River Band as our music that night. And they're always a lot of fun. Our little get-togethers are great fun. We have a great committee that plans everything and takes care of everything. So it's free. Yes, it is free. So just call the Senior Center and let us know if you are interested in coming. So we hope to see you all there.
Hi, I'm Shelly. I'm the Activities Director at Spring Gardens in Mapleton, and I am so happy to see you today. I'd like to share with you a little clip about some of the fun things that we have been doing. And one of the clips I'm going to share with you is from May the 4th Be With You. Those of you that are big Star Wars fans will recognize the reference. So enjoy that. Hi, I'm Shelly. I'm the Activities Director here at Spring Gardens Mapleton. And we are celebrating May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you. We are preparing to battle, and we are going to build our own lightsabers, because as you know, this is where all real Jedi come to retire. And then also, I wanted to invite you to come and see me at Spring Gardens in Mapleton. We're located right across from Maple Mountain Pharmacy. Come in and see me sometime this month, and you can get a free manicure, hand massage. They are wonderful. And when you come to the Senior Citizen Center for lunch on either Monday or Thursday, we have a little gift for you from us at Spring Gardens Mapleton. It has some lotion, a little emery board, and a nail file to remind you to come and get your free hand massage or manicure at Spring Gardens in Mapleton across from Maple Mountain Pharmacy. Okay, see you there.
Jokes, 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 jokes.
Okay, here's some jokes.
Yes!
Okay, this is the new principal. As a new school principal, Mr. Mitchell was checking over his school on the first day. Passing the stockroom, he was startled to see the door wide open and teachers bustling in and out, carrying off books and supplies in preparation for the arrival of students the next day. The school where he had been a principal the previous year had used a checkout system, only slightly less elaborate than at Fort Knox. Cautiously, he asked the school's longtime custodian, "Do you think it's wise to keep the stockroom unlocked and to let the teachers take things without requisitions?" The custodian looked at him gravely. "We trust them with the children, don't we?"
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, one more. A fellow's wife went missing, and being that everyone knew that he and his wife were in a big fight, he was accused of murdering her and disposing of the body. When witness after witness came to the stand, testifying to all sorts of horrible threats that the accused had threatened his wife, and things were looking quite dim for the accused man's lawyer when he got up to the stand. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have something quite exciting to tell you. If you would all please direct your attention towards the door behind me, on my left, you will see the supposedly dead woman walk in on her own 2 feet. There was a loud murmuring in the courtroom, and all eyes turned towards the door. "Ladies and gentlemen," said the lawyer after a few seconds of anxious waiting, "to be honest with you, nobody is going to be walking through the door. However, from the fact that your eyes all turned towards the door, it is quite obvious that you are not sure beyond the shadow of a doubt about my client's guilt." To the lawyer's great surprise, the jury decided that the man was guilty. "But how could you say that he is guilty? Didn't I prove it to you?" questioned the lawyer. "It is true that we all turned towards the door," one old lady explained, "but there was one person who didn't." "Who's that?" questioned the indignant lawyer. "Your client," came the reply.
Oh, sounds like a Perry Mason episode.
I know. I love mysteries.
Oh, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Hi everybody, it's Tracy here again from the Wellness Bridge group here in Spanish Fork. Just for a reminder, we are located back by the old Kmart building, back behind Wendy's. Today we're gonna do some simple exercises again, just to get you moving and give you some ideas of things you can do at home. So to start off, we're gonna just start warming up our bodies. So we're just gonna roll our shoulders first. Just get those muscles moving and waking our bodies up for a good exercise. It's always good to warm your muscles up first, whether you just go for a walk around the block or just around your house, just to get moving a little bit before you do any kind of exercise. Okay, after we've done this, we're gonna just add some elbows, just so that it starts opening up this chest and our back a little bit more. And it doesn't have to be fast, you can just keep moving slow. As long as you're moving, that's the best. Okay, here we go, and we're gonna do big arms here, big arms backwards. Stretching, make sure there's nothing around that you can hit, like your husband or wife. No injuries here. 3 more, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're just gonna lean side to side and down, side to side. Here. Just do a few of these to warm up our core and our sides. 3 more. 2, 1. Okay, now we're gonna just hold our hands here and we're just gonna draw a big circle with our head. Warming up that core just a little bit more before we start moving. You can do this for a minute or two and then you can reverse if you want. So we'll go the other direction now. All right, now we're gonna warm up our legs. Easy way to warm up our legs. You can still do it sitting down. All you're gonna do is just lift your knee up, kick out, in, put your foot down. Lift your foot up, kick out, in, and down. Up, out, in, and down. Up, out, in, and down. You can do these for, again, about 30 seconds to a minute, just to warm up that lower body. And down. Okay, we're gonna just jump right into it. I brought some weights for today to use. If you do not have weights at home, you can use anything like a water bottle or soup cans or anything like that around your house, or you can find even 1 pound weights like at Walmart or any place around town that has sporting equipment. You can find them as low as 1 pound. So if you're just new to weights, that might be where you want to start. So what we're going to do with these weights first is we're just going to do a bicep curl. So hands are just hanging down low and we just curl up and down. Elbows stay right next to our sides, okay? So you do not want to bring your elbows up like that, okay? So just roll it up and down. Up, down, 3, down, and controlled. Gravity, yes, will pull you down, but if you go slower, it's gonna work those muscles a little bit more. 2, and 1. Okay, and if you wanna get tricky and work your brain, what we did for that warm up with our legs, we're gonna combine it with a bicep curl. So you're gonna kick up, out, in, and down. Some part of exercise that you may not think you need to work is your cognitive, your brain. So doing multiple movements at the same time seems tricky, but it works our brain just like we need to work our bodies at the same time. So again, up, out, in, down, 1 more, up, out, in, down. Great. Okay. Next one, what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple leg lift, just like we did at the beginning, but you're going to grab your weights and put them on one leg, not on your kneecap, but just above your kneecap, okay? And you're just going to lift and hold. While you're here, you're going to press down on that leg. Push, hold, and down. Lift it again, push, hold, and down. Press right here and hold that leg up and down. 2 more, here, and down. 1 more, here, and down. You can do the other leg as well, so if you want to pause it or, you know, come back to this video, you can. Last thing that we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of balance work. As we age, we tend to lose our balance, and so I'm going to teach you some exercises that will help you be able to sustain that, I don't know, so you don't fall. Okay, so you can put your weights down, we don't need it. I'm going to turn my chair sideways so you can see what we're going to be doing. First of what we're going to do is we're just going to rock from our toes to our heels. So legs should be about hip width apart, and hang onto your chair so you don't tip over. You're just going to rock from your heels and up to your toes. Rock onto your heels, up onto your toes. Heels, toes, heels. Now we're going to hold at the top, just hold. While we're up here, if you can try to just let go with maybe one hand or both hands and challenge yourself. If you don't need that, maybe just put up like 2 fingers down and just hold. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go back onto our heels and we're going to do the same thing. Hold here, hold. Have that chair there just in case for safety. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what we've got today. So keep moving and enjoy this warm weather that we're having, and get outside and stay healthy. Thanks.
So today, during our meal, we have a special treat. We have Miss Utah. Do you want to just stand up right now? Dejana Talbot, right? Yep. So she is going to read a story while we're eating our meal. So don't chew very noisily, okay?
Hi, how are all of you doing today? Are you good? Good. I'm excited to be able to be here. This is a fun activity that you all get to come together and have lunch together and hang out. That's pretty awesome. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. If it's okay with you, I'd like to read a book. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. Perfect. This is one of my very favorites. My dad used to read this story to me all the time when I was younger, and he still sometimes sits me down and reads it to me now. So it's one of my favorites, and I'm really excited to be able to share this with you. It's called You Are Special by Max Lucado. The Wemmicks were small wooden people. All of the wooden people were carved by a woodworker named Eli. His workshop sat on a hill overlooking their village. Each Wemlick was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall, others were short. Some wore hats, others wore coats, but all were made by the same carver and all lived in the village. And all day, every day, the Wemlicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemlick had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the streets, all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars or dots on one another. The pretty ones, those with smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint was chipped, the Wemmicks gave dots. The talented one got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads or jump over tall boxes. Still, others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them want to do something else and get another star. Others, though, could do little. They got dots. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so the people would give him more dots. Then, when he would try to explain why he fell, he would say something silly, and the Wemmicks would give him more dots. After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, such as forget his hat or step in the water, and then people would give him another dot. In fact, he had had so many gray dots that some people would come up and give him one for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around other Wemmicks who had lots of dots. He felt better around them. One day, he met a Wemmick who was unlike any he'd ever met. She had no dots or stars. She was just wooden. Her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers, it's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots, so they would run up and give her a star, but it would fall off. Others would look down on her for having no stars, so they would give her a dot, but it wouldn't stay either. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless Wemlick how she did it. It's easy, Lucia replied. Every day I go see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the wood carver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you go find out for yourself? Go up the hill, he's there. And with that, the Wemmick and with that, the Wemmick who had no stickers turned and skipped away. But will he want to see me? Punchinello cried out. Lucia didn't hear, so Punchinello went home. He sat near a window and watched the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he murmured to himself, and he decided to go see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tippy toes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here, and he turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Punchinello? The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchinello, how good to see you. Come and let me have a look at you. Punchinello slowly turned and looked at the large, bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little Wemmick asked. Of course I do. I made you. Eli stooped down and picked him up and set him on the bench. The marker spoke thoughtfully. And he looked at the gray dots. Looks like you've been given some bad marks. I didn't mean to, Eli. I really tried hard. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what other Wemmicks think. You don't? No, and you shouldn't either. Who are they to give you stars or dots? They're Wemmicks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you are pretty special. Punchinello laughed. Me? Special? Why? I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders, and spoke very slowly. Because you're mine. That's why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Every day I've been hoping you'd come, Eli explained. I came because I met someone who had no marks, said Punchinello. I know. She told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her? The maker spoke softly, because she has decided that what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, and the less you care about the stickers. I'm not sure I understand. Eli smiled. You will, but it will take time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come to see me every day, and let me remind you how much I care. Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on the ground. Remember, Eli said as the Wemmick walked out of the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. The end. Isn't that a neat book? We are who we are, and that's a really beautiful and amazing and unique thing. And once that's all that matters to you is your uniqueness and the love that you have for others, then what other people think and say, it's not as important to us. And I'm sure all of you know that by now because you've lived such amazing, wonderful lives. And I'm just really lucky and really grateful to be here with all of you. So thank you so much for having me, and enjoy the rest of your meal. Thank you.
Hey, we just wanted you to notice this beautiful display that is on the stage behind me, and we have pictures over on the wall. These are all samples of the things that Sue Delos did. She passed away last week, and a lot of her friends from the art class that she worked with downstairs had things that they had collected of hers and that she'd given them. And anyway, they put on this display for everybody at the senior center to see some of the good work that she had done. She and one of her friends from here made quilts, and we gave several of those away over the last few years, and they just made things and donated them, and people are just great. But she was a really sweet lady and came here and did art and many things here at the senior center, and we just wanted to honor her. So hope you enjoy looking at all the things that she produced in her life. Thank you.